Hi, honeybees. My name is Raven. That's Jasper. Again, I don't have a cat on me, but they're around. But welcome back to our channel. Subscribe to become part of the hive. Be sure to like and ring the notification bell. Thanks, honeybees. Enjoy the video. Meow. Okay, so it is fall with October on the horizon. There's a lot of like Halloween movies coming out, a lot of like horror movies coming out around Halloween time. It's already started. It started in August, right? Like I already talked about Talk to Me and Last Voyage of the Demeter, and now we're just on a roll of that, right? So I thought in celebration, I'm going to react to a couple trailers of some upcoming horror movies, Halloween movies coming in this October Halloween season coming up soon. And some of these trailers I haven't actually seen before, like the one we're gonna watch right now first, Saw X. I have not seen this trailer. I've heard obviously about this movie coming out. I'm a big Saw fan. I've seen all the previous films. I cannot wait to do a whole video reviewing all of the films. That's something that I love to do, or series videos. And I can't wait to do more, and this is definitely gonna be one of them. So the first one we're gonna watch, just jump right into it, is Saw X. Have not seen this trailer yet. I'm so excited.
Out of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer?
The cancer
John
is
Kramer.
still spreading. I'm afraid there's nothing else we can do. There is one person who might be able to help.
Our program is a two-pronged treatment outside Mexico City. The results have been
Tobin Bell is so old now. Like, they really want us to believe this was before all the Saw stuff happened.
You're in very good hands with us.
After that, what happens then?
Your whole life happens then. John Kramer.
According to these scans, the tumor was never removed.
How much time do I have?
Months, at best.
I still
They're
have a lot of
retconning
work
him?
that needs to be done.
He's so old. He's so old. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Tobin Bell. But it's just like the same thing with like Lynn Shay in the Insidious movies. Like, she was killed off in the first movie. He was killed off in like the second movie, I think. Maybe the third. But then he continued to be like in all of them in like flashbacks, or it was a prequel. And this is the same thing. Like, it feels like they can't have a Saw movie without Tobin Bell. And I get that he's like the villain. He's essentially Jigsaw, but there have been other Jigsaws since him. And I guess, I don't know if they just don't think that they're like interesting enough to have their own full movies. Because they did that a few times, you know, but I'm not complaining. I shouldn't be complaining. I do like Tobin Bell. Aww. All the doctors?
Hello, everyone. It's time to play a game. You all pretended to cure me, but what I have planned for each of you is very real.
Why would they I'm interested to know why or how they didn't actually perform the surgery on him. Like, if it was a mistake, that's a pretty big fucking mistake. If they did it on purpose, why would they do that? You know? But I mean, I'm already interested. I'm already like, what? Like, if it was a mistake, why are you punishing these doctors? Because in Jigsaw, one of the people in the trap, one of the guys in the trap, Jigsaw, Tobin Bell, John Kramer, freed him because after putting him in the trap, he realized that he shouldn't be punished for a simple mistake because he had, like, mixed up medical records. It's like this same situation. He mixed up John Kramer's medical records, and then after John put him in a trap, realized, I shouldn't punish him for that. It was a mistake, and let him go. So I want to see, like, if this situation, like, goes against that or not. Like, if it was a mistake or if they did it on purpose. The pig. He's so old.
The only thing I have
Wow.
not provided is your anesthetic. But trust me,
Billy.
you want to remain alert. Out of all the men to cheat, you picked John Kramer?
Please, don't hesitate.
Place a big enough piece of your cerebral tissue into the glass enzyme tank. This will save your life.
Cerebral tissue. Oh, God. Oh, no.
This is not retribution. It's a reawakening.
It's retribution. Don't lie.
Live or die. The choice is yours.
Amanda! I knew that was going to be Amanda. Wow. Well, this kind of seems similar, very similar to Jigsaw in that it's a prequel of what John Kramer was doing before the original Saw. So I don't know if they just like had more ideas for that, or they're like, because it really seems very similar to Jigsaw, but this does look good. Like, it definitely is Saw, which I love. All the traps, all the blood and the gore, love it. Because with Spiral from the Book of Saw, their biggest mistake out of many was that they did not really focus on the traps. Like, we saw the traps for like 2 seconds, but we didn't actually see any of the people like going through the traps. We just saw them like be introduced to the trap and then the aftermath. And it was like, they were very short scenes. There was not a lot of like blood and gore and panic. And we didn't really get to see how the traps worked, at least not for very long. And the rest of it was just like a detective story. And I get that they were trying to do something different, but it's like, if you're trying to say you're a Saw film, you have to be at least as interesting as a Saw film. You know what I mean? And a big part of that is the traps. Like, that's where the fun comes from, right? And the characters, they didn't really have fun characters in that one. So it's nice that we're back to the formula here in the Saw franchise. So that's great. Really excited to see this one. I already reacted to the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer in my last reaction video, where I reacted to like big summer movies coming out, even though that's not coming out in the summer. But when I reacted to those films, that trailer had just come out. So I did already react to that. So I'm not going to react to that one again. Definitely go to that other video if you want to see my reaction. But I'm definitely really looking forward to Five Nights at Freddy's movie as well. Okay, this is the Exorcist Believer trailer. I've seen this trailer in theaters because I go to the movie theater a lot, and this trailer has already played a couple of times, but we're going to watch it together here anyway.
Good day. Hey, be home by dinner.
I love you. Good morning, Mr. Fielding.
Morning, Catherine.
And here are your daughters, Angela and Catherine.
I'm excited for this. I saw The Exorcist
Angela?
when I was like 14 in high school.
Please come home.
And I liked it. I didn't think it was that scary, but I liked it.
Hey, you found her?
I like Blumhouse. I'm excited to see the Blumhouse twist on this.
Angela, can you tell your dad how long you were gone?
A few hours.
Baby, you've been gone 3 days.
I know this actor too. I don't know his name, but I know of him from other stuff.
What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
Thought I heard you say something.
Hey, baby.
Gravy.
You okay?
Wherever those girls went, they brought something back with them.
No,
The body and the
horse.
blood of Jesus Christ.
Body in the blood? Body in the blood?
Catherine.
Body in the blood.
This looks like a really intense scene. Like, this reminds me of like the scene in The Exorcist. Like, obviously they're gonna like take similar ideas and scenes that happen in The Exorcist and like play them up and change them and do their own interpretations of them. This scene in particular makes me think of the scene of Reagan when she is first getting possessed and her mother's like having a dinner party or something, and she comes out and she like pees all over the carpet. For some reason that like makes me, this scene gives me like the same feeling I had watching that scene of like, this is uncomfortable, and it's in a group of people. It's kind of embarrassing, but also kind of scary. Like, what's happening? Like, this, the inclusion of this scene in the trailer is good because I can already tell this is going to be like intense and uncomfortable to sit through in a good way, in a horror movie way.
The body in the blood. The body and the blood. Catherine. The body and the blood. The body and the blood.
Have you
The editing.
anything like this?
But there are people out there.
Yep. Ooh, okay. I know this because I follow Jay Bauman from Red Letter Media on Twitter, and he said something about the Exorcist Believer trailer. This picture of Reagan, this is actually like a promotional image of Linda Blair in like a drinking PSA or something like that. Like, I don't remember specifically. I do wonder if she's actually going to be in the movie, though, because her mom in the movie, The Exorcist, we're going to see in a second, is going to be in this movie. So I'm really wondering if they're going to bring back Linda Blair. I'd assume at least like a small cameo, at least like a little cameo, you know? What else is Linda Blair doing these days? Yeah, mom's in it.
With possession.
Yes, more than I'd like.
I believe you can help get our girls back.
Exorcism is a ritual. Every culture, every religion, they all use different methods. It's going to take all of them.
Don't be scared,
We've met before.
Mother.
They made this girl look just like Reagan. Hold on. They made her look, if this is like, at first, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, are they going to have flashbacks of Reagan being possessed? And they might. But if this is like the actual white girl in the movie, they made her look just like her. So I guess when you get possessed, you look exactly the same as everyone else who gets possessed. Not trying to bag on this movie. Like, I think it does look good, but she looks just like her. Wow.
What did you do?
With the yellow eyes.
Is that Catherine's heartbeat?
They're beating in sync.
God played a trick on you.
Excited for that one. I think that one's gonna be good. Like I was saying, like when I saw The Exorcist, I know at the time The Exorcist came out in like the 70s. It was like the scariest movie ever made. And maybe like for the time, it was really pushing buttons. Like she does do some like wild shit in that movie, like stabbing herself with like the cross and like doing all this other stuff and the head spinning around and the pea soup puke. Like that was probably a lot for the time. Nowadays, it's not that intense, so we can't really say that anymore. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like a real modern day version of The Exorcist where they really like make it scary for the time, right? I'm sure they will, because why wouldn't they? Like up the horror and make this movie the scariest movie ever made. I don't think it's going to be. I really don't think it's going to be. But I guess what I'm saying is like I'm interested to see like how far they push it now in modern day. You know, what are we willing to do? How far are we willing to go? I'm excited to see what they do with The Exorcist, with the possession stuff. So this is Dear David. I've like heard about it a little bit, but not too much. I haven't seen the trailer, so I don't know. But it says coming out October 13th, so this is an October Halloween-y movie. So let's just watch the trailer. Let's see what I have no idea. I've only heard like the title.
I be on the internet.
Alice, engaging with trolls is like the worst possible use of your energy.
Me and my internet.
Oh, I know what this is gonna be. Okay, Adam Ellis, who used to be a cartoonist for BuzzFeed, which, by the way, I was just in a BuzzFeed video. I don't know if that'll be out by the time I get this reaction out, but I was just in one. So I know. That's why I've heard of Dear David, because when I was looking up to see if the video I was in had been posted yet, they had posted this trailer. But Adam Ellis was a cartoonist for BuzzFeed. He left, and there was this like whole thing where he was like documenting like a haunting in his house on Twitter like a couple years ago. So I guess they're making a movie of that. Let's see.
Since you joined BuzzFeed, your art got super lame.
And you die in a fire. Don't judge me. Sometimes you got.
Is that really Adam Ellis though? I don't know. I guess I don't know what he looks like.
Wow.
Yeah, saw it on Twitter. Or actually, I saw it on Tumblr, but it was originally posted on Twitter. Oh, yikes. That's scary.
Do you know how to find out who this handle belongs to?
You really think a weird account is haunting your apartment?
I mean,
Dear David.
creepy dead children is always like a good thing to bank on if you want your horror movie to be scary. But I know that's what it was in the original story, because I do remember like when this happened and he was like tweeting about all this, and I saw it on Tumblr. There was like a kid in his apartment. I don't think it ever really like went anywhere, but I guess now they're making a movie about it.
He was only 10.
So I guess maybe it went further and I didn't pay attention to the end.
It's Dr. Landers. This is not my son.
He is your son, and you put him in a coma.
Oh my god.
Dr. Landers?
Okay. I don't think that it went beyond like a couple things where he was like, I heard something, I saw something, it looked like this. Never really went in there. It may have done more, but I'm pretty sure that they're just like adding story on top of this, because with the original story, like any horror movie, like based on a true story, what happened in the true story was like something moved a little bit and a door slammed. And then in the movie version of it, it's like The Conjuring. All sorts of stuff is happening and there's a lot of backstory, right? You have to add that to make it interesting. So that's probably what's happening here. As I'm sure there's just a small, teeny tiny grain of truth to all of this.
What the hell is that? Oh my god.
You've seen my son, David, haven't you?
What does he want?
Ask him yourself.
Wow. Oh yeah. They're definitely adding a lot to the real story of what happened. But I mean, that looks good. Like, I'll see it just because I know the original like story of what happened. I'm excited to see like what they add on to that. So that's cool. Let's look at. Okay, It Lives Inside. I have seen this trailer in theaters. It is a movie I'm looking forward to watching, so we'll watch the trailer again here together. If you haven't, if whoever's watching this hasn't seen the trailer, because I do really want to see this movie. I like how they have a little ad for the trailer before the trailer starts.
When Tamir and I were kids, my mom used to tell us stories. The ayah said never to sleep with her.
I like the focus on like different cultures in horror movies. Like, it's not all just like white people walking through a haunted house kind of thing, or like being murdered and whatever. I like when they like, I like diversity in films in general, but specifically focus on like other cultures and their like mythos, and making that into a horror movie I think is like really interesting.
The bad feeling in our hearts, because there's a dark thing that feeds on those feelings.
What is the deal with Tamira? Is she doing all right?
My stomach drops every time she like appears out of thin air like that. There's something in here. You can't see it. But it lives inside.
The bloody backpack is quite the aesthetic.
Don't you hear it? You let it down.
It looks good.
Tenderize the soul.
I think this.
Your sanity. Isolating you from those who love you.
I think it looks creepy.
Tries to help you. It will hurt them. Why are you whispering?
It's listening.
It's called the Pishash. It doesn't kill you right away.
Yeah, see, mythos.
It eats you slowly.
Legend.
It's ready.
Derry.
It eats your soul.
I like that sound though. Whoa, 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 whoa. Scary. If you have a new monster that hasn't been seen in horror movies before, you gotta have their own like sound / musical theme or both, you know? Like the Friday the 13th. Or Michael's theme song. I can't do it, but you know, and so like the little like noise, creepy. Love it. Perfect. Yeah, this one looks good. This one looks good. I can kind of see the formula already of like something is haunting this girl, these girls, these couple of people, and maybe they're the only ones that can see it and nobody else believes them, or possibly it like spreads like a virus and only the people who the virus spreads to can see it. Like we've seen that before. But like I said in my review to Talk to Me, if anyone saw that, like you can have something that's like the same, you know, because that movie's about like possession essentially, and there's so many movies about possession and contacting the dead, but the way they did that was like fresh and new and a nice interesting spin on it. And this is kind of that in the virus, evil sort of virus kind of thing that spreads, you know, or something that like you only see it once it's been introduced to you, whatever this creature is, right? Similar to like It Follows, or I hate to keep mentioning this movie, but The Bye-Bye Man. That's the same thing, right? So I'm interested on this take and learning more about this like legend creature, whatever it is, whatever it does. Definitely looks frightening, looks scary. I'm excited to see it. Okay, let's do one more. The last one I think I want to see is A Haunting in Venice. So A Haunting in Venice is third of the Kenneth Branagh Hercule Poirot movies, the first one being Murder on the Orient Express, and then the second one was Death on the Nile, and now this is the third one, A Haunting in Venice, which I have seen this trailer again in theaters, and it seems definitely different. I mean, similar in that it's like a bunch of like, you know, star-studded cast all together in an area with Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot trying to solve something, but then there's like an added like supernatural part of it that I'm really interested about, because like, is this world going to introduce that like ghosts actually exist, or is there going to be a reasonable explanation, and like what is that explanation for the weird things that are happening? So let's just watch the trailer together and then we'll talk more about it.
Hercule Poirot, I've found something.
I was so excited.
I am the smartest person.
I love the first. I really loved Murder on the Orient Express. Death on the Nile was fine, but I was really excited when they announced this movie.
I ever met, and I can't figure it out, so I came to
Tina Fey.
You're up to something, my friend.
I've seen a million of these so-called psychics, each one a fake.
I do not believe it.
I like the music in this one. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Spot the con, I can't.
Detective, you are here to discredit me.
Michelle
I
Yeoh.
can talk to the dead.
I'd give all I have to hear my daughter's voice.
If someone wants to be heard, we
Henry
are
Cavill?
here. Listening.
Mom?
I like her hair.
Felicia? What is happening?
Oh, I like what the sound is doing in my headphones. It was going that. I want to say, Kenneth Branagh looks pretty good for his age.
You can't trap us here.
Somebody is dead. No one shall leave this place until I know who did it.
A ghost killed her.
Yeah, it definitely is the same formula as Murder on the Orient Express and Death in the Nile, where like one person in this group, they're all in this like the same area, either on a train or on a boat. In this case, in some sort of house, castle, whatever this is, and someone dies, and we all have to stay here until Hercule figures it out. But in this one, there's like a ghost, which is a cool addition because you can't just do the same formula forever, you know?
There must be a rational answer for all of this.
The exact same formula anyway.
Just admit that you are up against something bigger than you.
No. Look at his trendy young haircut.
Something in this house.
Okay, my bad. This one doesn't come out in October, but that's fine. It's still a fall Halloween time movie. It's fine.
Don't look at me like I'm suspect. We're old friends.
Every murderer is somebody's old friend.
No one shall leave until I find if the living have been killed by the dead.
I like that line.
Hiding here all this time.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Oh yeah, Jamie Dornan. Oh, was that not Henry Cavill? That was Jamie Dornan. Uh-oh. Well, glad we caught that at the end there. Yeah, that one looks really good. And like I said, I did really like those other movies. Even if Death on the Nile, like I didn't like as much as Murder on the Orient Express. Like they were both good. I did like the formula. I think the main reason I didn't like Death on the Nile was because of Gal Gadot. I don't really like her as an actress, to be honest. I don't think she's that great. But everybody else and like the story itself was good. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. I'm excited to see how they explain the ghost, or if just for some reason the ghost is real. That's like my biggest like, how are we going to explain that? You know, I love movies with a mystery where like I'm trying to figure it out before the movie ends, before they reveal it, you know, to see if I can. And I did that on Death in the Nile. I called the twist on that one. I didn't on Murder on the Orient Express. I didn't call that one. So I think that's maybe why I enjoyed it more, because like I didn't figure it out. I couldn't call it, and then the reveal I was like, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm excited for this one. So those are some movies coming up in September and October that I'm really looking forward to. Those aren't the only ones. There's definitely more coming out, but I really don't want to make another hour-long reaction video. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to any of these movies. If there's any movies that I missed that you're really looking forward to that maybe I can react to in a different video, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thanks for watching, honeybees. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye. Meow. It Chapter 3, Welcome to Derry. I don't believe this. Upcoming TV series. I feel like this is not real. Should we click on it? I've been burned by trailers before, because the first time I tried to find the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer is before the real trailer came out, and the one that I found was just like edited. It was just like edited clips from other like amusement park films. Like there was little bits of like from like Willy's Wonderland, the Nick Cage film. There was a little bit from like this short film on Hulu. Like that was like a Five Nights at Freddy's short film adjacent. So it was all just clips from other films pretending to be the trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's. So I'm wondering if that's this, but for Welcome to, because I've heard that they are going to make a Welcome to Derry series, but I don't know if it's in development yet, so this might be a lie. Let's see. Is this an AI trailer? Because this doesn't look like real. Yeah, this doesn't look like real footage. This looks like AI generated footage. Hold on. And do full screen. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Because that's from... That shot of Pennywise, of him dancing, that's from It Chapter 1. That's at the end when Beverly is in the sewer and his tent opens and he's dancing. So this is definitely a fake trailer.
People always make fun because of the way I look.
That's a line from It Chapter 2. I don't know why I'm giving this the time of day. I think it's just because I love, like, Pennywise and It so much. I don't care. But that's a line from It Chapter 2.
I thought if you couldn't see my face,
It Chapter 2.
maybe you would want to be my friend.
Cleverly done, I guess.
Oh, silly old Pennywise, you'll never have no friends.
That was not a good cut. I don't know what this is from.
There you are. Run, Kurt, run!
Oh, God. Okay, yeah. No, that was like a lot of people in the comments like falling for it, but then also people who are like, this isn't real.